So this kind of hairstyle helped me to have longer and healthier hair. This kind of hairstyle is called a protective hairstyle. Now, I know that in the natural hair community or in the hair community in general, there's a lot of talk about protective styling. And I think that a lot of people actually have it all wrong. And I remember when I was started my natural hair journey, this was one of the things that really changed the game for me as far as my length retention. And so really what I learned at the time, which still remains true till today, over 12 years ago, was that protective styling is tucking away your ends or hiding the ends of your hair. So you see here, the ends of my hair are exposed. This is not recommended. It's not a recommended style, like everyday style. It is recommended that you style your hair in such a way that the ends are hidden. Now, if you are somebody who is struggling, you feel like I am doing all the things and my hair is not getting long. Well, the question that I would ask is, what kind of styles are you doing? You may be saying, well, I'm moisturizing and I'm deep conditioning and I'm detangling properly and everything. But what kinds of styles are you doing? Because if you're doing all of those things and the styles that you're doing are still exposing the ends of your hair, and the ends of your hair are always rubbing against your clothing, rubbing against all kinds of fabrics, well, those ends are not going to thrive. And if your ends are not thriving, your hair is not going to retain length. You need to be able to protect the ends of your hair in your styles in order for you to retain length. And so for me, this has been true. And this is just an example of a protective style. I personally, I don't believe in using artificial hair in my hair. And I actually don't think that using artificial hair like braids and weaves and all those things are protective. I think that it's just a preference. It is a choice of a style that people choose. They may be considered a low manipulative style or no low manipulation style. However, I don't actually consider those things protective because a lot of people end up leaving those types of hairstyles in their hair for months and months and months. And by the time they take their hair out, their hair is falling out. So what kind of protection are we talking about? Here in this style, as you saw here, this was actually an old hairstyle. I think I had like some twists in and I wasn't ready to wash my hair yet. And so I just said, you know what, let me go ahead and do this style that will enable me to at least have a style for work. And so all I did was that I pulled my hair back into a banana clip. My hair was already moisturized. And since I was getting ready to wash it anyway, I didn't really do all that much. But you can definitely just add water, just spritz water and then just add an oil. That's usually what I do. And so then I just parted the back section into two like you saw. I twisted it up and here I am. This is the protective part. And all it is that you are tucking the ends of your hair away. One thing, although, I would say is that before you tuck the ends of your hair away, make sure that you moisturize really well. Make sure that the ends of your hair are very, very well moisturized. Add more cream, add more oils, just whatever it is that you use to moisturize your hair, moisturize it really well before you tuck it away. And so then I just went around, I used my bobby pins and I just tucked that hair in. This is very elegant, if I say so myself, but my hair is being protected. My hair is being preserved. The ends of my hair are not exposed, and so it's not going to be rubbing against all kinds of things, which ultimately will lead to split ends and silken strand knots and all of those things. Now, the front part, I'm going to do the same thing or a similar style. I'm just going to go ahead and just twist up this part, and I am going to also tuck the ends away. Now, I'm not saying that you always have to do this kind of style where you're hiding the ends of your hair. Now, sometimes for me, I like to wear my hair out I like to just enjoy my length. But for the most part, 95% of the time, you will see my hair in this kind of style. And there are a few reasons for that. Number one, I really just prefer it because I've seen the results over time. So protective styling has actually yielded results for me. And also, number two, the kind of work that I do necessitates that my hair is not in the way. I am a registered nurse. I work in a busy hospital. And so during patient care, I don't like my hair in the way. Another reason also is that it really helps to preserve my styles. And so, for example, like when I do a style like this, I can wear this style for a whole week. All I do at night is just put a satin scarf or a satin bonnet over it, go to sleep, literally wake up the next day, and my hair will still be intact. And the only thing I'll probably do is just like hydrate and seal my edges and my nape, and I am out of the house. And so 3 reasons. Number one, I prefer it because I've seen the results. Number two, the work that I do requires me to wear my hair tucked away. And number three, a really, really good preservative hairstyle. It just keeps my hair nice and preserved. And so I really hope that this is able to provide some clarity around protective styling. And I hope that you will also apply it in your own hair care, like this year. Apply it, actually do it. Now, I have done my hair like this. Whenever I do my twists, I also wear twists a lot. And so whenever I do my twists, I do wear my twist tucked away also. Like I will do like a French braid and just like tuck the end of my hair inside of that French braid. I will do I've done like pinned twists in the past where after I twist my hair, I just pin it with some bobby pins where the ends are not exposed. Another question that I often get regarding this is, well, my hair is shorter than yours. How do I make sure that I am doing protective styling, or how do I protect my ends? So a few tips here. So if you have shorter hair than I do, the number one thing that I would encourage you to do is to make sure that you are hydrating your hair and that you are sealing your hair on a daily basis. So you hydrate with a just plain water or a water-based leave-in conditioner. You add oil or butters and or both, depending on what your hair can handle. You want to do this really like aggressively because that is going to help your hair to be moisturized, which will actually help you to retain length, because if your hair is dry, your hair is going to break. And so this is like, if your hair is shorter than mine, that stage is, I call it like the nourishment stage. Like you really have to nourish your hair. Make sure that you are doing deep conditioning treatments every time that you wash your hair. Like just give your hair a lot of love, because that is going to help your hair to be strong. It's going to help you to retain length. Also be sure to incorporate scalp massages to promote healthy hair growth. And then when your hair is longer, then you can do these styles. But yeah, also when you're going to sleep, like if you have shorter hair than mine, please make sure you are protecting your hair. And the protection at night is using a satin or a satin scarf or a satin bonnet when you go to sleep, because that is actually protecting your hair from rubbing against the cotton fabric or whatever fabric that you sleep on, which will ultimately lead to friction and breakage and dryness too, because it'll dry your hair. And so at this short stage, your hair is at the nourishment stage. Please feed it, like feed your hair with good things so that your hair can ultimately get long. Eventually, I'm telling you, you will see that length. You will see that length. And when you start seeing that length, begin to implement protective styling. Tuck the ends of your hair, don't overly expose. Once again, you can definitely once in a while wear your hair out, just enjoy your length. But for the most part, I would recommend that you tuck your hair away, or the ends of your hair away into the styles that you do. And honestly, those styles are going to require a lot of practice. You know, practice makes perfect. Like, you just have to keep practicing. Like, the styles that I do, honestly, like, it's just taking practice over time. I just do it over and over and over. And some styles I just, you know, by God's grace, just come up with it, and it looks cute, and I walk out and people like it. I don't do it for people, but like, people like it. And sometimes it's actually a surprise when people like my hair. I'm like, oh, like, this took like 5 minutes, you know? But yeah, so definitely implement protective styling into your hair care regimen this year. And ladies, I just want to remind you once again that your hair is God's design. There's a lot of talk in social media lately about natural hair and how they are degrading natural hair, but I just want to remind you that natural hair is God's design, and the Bible tells us that everything that God made, he said it was very good. So your hair is very, very good, and it is appropriate for all seasons and all occasions. And please involve God into your hair care if you're interested in knowing how to do that, or even just growing spiritually. There's going to be a link in the description box. You can enter your email and you will be receiving hair care tips on a weekly basis, but also spiritual tips or spiritual encouragement for you to grow in your walk with God. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.